Blessings to you, my beautiful sister. So I have here your clarity in-depth reading. So I am just going to jump right into it. So the first two cards we have here are in reference to the overall theme and message of your reading. So you have the reunion of souls and focus. So I can tell you, when I was kind of getting in and channeling the energy of the message and the theme of the reading, the letter F is a big thing for you. So words that came up for me was like favor, facing your fear, focus, friendship, lots of words with the letter F. And I'm going to look up for you what the letter F, the energy of the letter F means in Hebrew, because that letter was very, very much pronounced for me regarding the theme and message of your reading. So let's focus on focus. So for the message and theme, one of the issues that they want to address is focus. A lot of times when you're elevating as you are, which I feel like you're elevating in many different aspects of your life, meaning there are many things that are passing away and many things that are coming, that are being birthed into this, into your reality, into your existence at this point in time, right? So the focus is very much important, because you know wherever you put your focus and intention are, is that which manifests. So with this being in reverse, it's like your focus is very, very important, what you're focusing on. And if you have too many distractions, or not even just distractions, but too many things that you're focusing your energy on energetically, then it's going to be very, very hard for you to maintain or upkeep one of those creations or manifestations that you've brought into this reality, right? Because if your energy is splintered off so much, and it's not being channeled into that one thing or those two things, and then it'll be very, very hard for you to maintain and have a strong foundation for that one or that two manifestations. So, what a spirit is trying to say is that your focus is very, very important, and that you're focusing your energy and your mind on making a smart and effective business decisions, right? So if you're getting opportunities, I feel like you're getting a lot of different opportunities as far as your business goes, partnerships and things of that nature. I remember you saying that, but Spirit is showing me more opportunities coming in when it comes to your businesses, right? But Spirit is saying, don't be distracted on too many things at one time. Narrow down what one or two things that are going to bring you in the most, bring you the most income or the most energetic energy back, right? The energy that you're putting in, making sure you're getting that energy back from whatever it is that you're focusing your intention in on. I believe this is regarding all aspects of your life in general, energetically, what you're focusing on and what it is that is getting your attention. It's very, very important right now, because like I said, I feel like you've elevated a lot. Your energy is a lot lighter, meaning it has elevated and ascended more. And there are a lot of things that are passing away. But as those things are passing away, there are a lot of, as you know, there are a lot of challenges and distractions that come about, and many different decisions we have to make, because it's just like, I tell people, it's just like a test from the universe or from your spirit guides and your ancestors and your higher self and your lower self, just to make sure that you understand the lessons energetically and alchemically that you've learned this past year, or through these past karmic lessons that you've been through, right? So focus is very important. Focus and intention is very important. And also, when I say this, Spirit is bringing it to my attention to not focus on need or lack, and not to focus on past mistakes or past experiences, because that'll kind of taint the way that you're able to receive or even see certain opportunities energetically, if you're clouding them with the wrong type of perception or past perception. You understand what I'm saying? And then right here you have the reunion of souls, which is very, very beautiful, because I know you asked me about Benjamin. So I said, oh God, I know Spirit's gonna, because I already felt that there was someone around, a male figure that was around you that before you even said something, I was like, aha, So this seems like a very, very good energy to me. I did get the message from Spirit to take it very, very slow, because you guys are very, very much familiar souls to one another. You do have energetic familiarity with one another and things of that nature, right? But Spirit is saying to take it very, very slow because you had that kind of closeness and familiarity with your husband as well. And I'm not saying that it's the same thing. It's not the same thing at all, energetically at all. He's a completely different type of energy. What I'm saying is while you're working through this whole energetic closing of the chapter and karmic lesson with your husband, make sure you're taking it slow, because you don't want to intertwine both of those energies, because you're not able to really focus on the lessons you're learning in the past and then not bring those into what it is that you're dealing with when it comes to Benjamin. You have to have Spirit wants you to have a clean slate, and in order to have a clean slate energetically, you don't want to mix the two. So that's why Spirit is saying take it very, very slow. Yes, this is someone that you have already known, and this is someone that is going to bring you lots of joy and lots of friendship. I feel like a really, really close friendship. And beyond, but it's going to start with that root and that foundation of that solid friendship, that knowing each other, that familiarity, that space of feeling safe and feeling vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable and truthful and real about things is what I'm feeling. Okay, so that's the overall theme and message of your reading. And with that 7 is a very, very magical and spiritual number. So like I said, this is a very, very special relationship. All right, so focus is important, my dear. So moving on to the next thing, we are going to find out what it is you need to know now. What is it you need some clarity on? So you got your trust right here, which is in the upright. You got changes and you got retreat. So, all right, let's go over trust. So Spirit is saying what you really need to know right now is that you got to embrace your intuition, because a lot of the stuff that you're second guessing about, and when you have readings with me, it's always just confirmation because you already really know. But Spirit is just saying don't second guess yourself. Trust yourself. You've elevated to a point where your intuition has grown a great deal when it comes to people, places, and things, and who and what and where you need to be relating to energetically, right? So you trust yourself with that. You've grown and you've learned a lot about yourself and about energy and about people, right? And circumstances and all of those things. So you're at the point where you can trust your intuition and your inner knowing about certain things, right? And then with the changes, it's just like trust the changes, because there are a lot of changes that are going to be made. I feel like there's a lot of swift. It feels fast. I know you said that tower thing, but this stuff feels like fast, like moving or getting up and like moving with somebody, or it feels like a lot of stuff is going to be happening. Like you're going to have a lot of opportunities and changes coming in real fast. So that's why your intention and focus is very, very important right now, because you're going to have to be at a clear head and a clear mind where you can make the right decisions for yourself whenever these opportunities and these doors open. You can make the right decisions and what works for you in this moment in time, because Spirit is saying you know what to do and to trust yourself, right? And then with the retreat, it's like give yourself time. That's why I said take things slow. Give yourself time for contemplation, but don't I felt like it was like a going backwards. I don't know how to explain it when I seen retreat come out, because Spirit shows me stuff weird style. So it's like don't deal with things the way you used to regarding decision making. Don't retreat back into old ways, that kind of thing. But you need to have a healthy way with retreating. It's weird. I can't explain it. You need to have a healthy relationship with how you retreat, how you pull back energetically. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say. And the way that you deal with things, decisions, circumstances, trying to understand things. Don't pull back in a negative way, but pull back in a healthy way, because it is certain points within your journey that, especially up and coming with these changes happening so quickly, I feel like you're going to need that space to be able to retreat. But don't do it in a way where you're used to doing it, if that makes any sense. I wish I could explain it more better. But, make sure you are having that space and place that you need where you can have that moment of clarity, where you can just retreat. But don't do it in such a way that it brings up old ways of relating to pulling your energy back or retreating or, and that kind of energy. I wish I could say it better, sis. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes it's hard to put these things in words the way that Spirit shows me stuff. But definitely trust yourself and understand that there are going to be changes with that tower you saw. And it's just because a lot of things are changing internally, so therefore they will mirror themselves externally because of the changes that you've been making internally. And these are a lot of really, really blessed and good changes that are coming to you because of all of the work you've been doing. And that's why Spirit is saying at this point you can really kind of truly trust yourself with that inner knowing as to which way you want to go and how you want to move and the decisions you want to make and the flow of things. You can kind of trust yourself with that is what Spirit is saying, okay? All right, so moving on, we're going to go to what do you need to embrace? So is it what am I most afraid of losing? What are my dominant emotions that run my life? Awareness, family, and manifestation. All right, so we'll go over these. So manifestation, I feel like with manifestation being an upright, that you need to embrace the things that are manifesting in your life. I feel like in some ways you feel like a lot of things are too good to be true. That kind of energy, like, is this really happening? Is this, man, that kind of stuff. But Spirit is saying, no, you've worked on these manifestations. You've gotten to a point where you've aligned yourself with this timeline, with this experience, with this reality. So this is something that you've worked for. So yes, embrace the manifestations and the things that are coming to and for you this up and coming year, surely. And with the family being in reverse, it's just like embrace the fact that the old, your old way of thinking when it comes to family, or your old, that the old family unit had to break up in order for this manifestation of this new person and this new energy to come in. It was all a necessary part of your journey. It was all a necessary part of your husband's journey. And it's something that you need to embrace and understand that that all is well. It was all a part of getting you to where you are now. And having that awareness of that, not feeling any guilt or shame about that not working out, or that being, you wish the kids didn't have to go through it. You wish the kids had a two-family home, and they will. It just won't be the way that you thought it was going to be. You understand what I'm saying? And just bringing your awareness to, but it's an upright, so that means that you are definitely aware of your emotions, the dominant emotions that may be that you may be dealing with. But Spirit is saying to just embrace them and then process them as they come, because and I also feel like overjoyed in happiness. And I think Spirit is saying, embrace that. Embrace yourself being excited about life. Embrace being happy. Embrace feeling like you're having a new life. You're starting anew. Because with this, what am I afraid? So with this, what I'm afraid of losing card, it's just you're kind of at a point of in some part of your subconscious mind, you're afraid of being great. You're afraid of, and I think we all have that. We're afraid of having a life without struggle. We're afraid of having a life without, all that drama and stuff that we're so used to, that we're so familiar with. But it's like Spirit. It's like everything that you're losing is because of all the stuff that you're gaining, all the stuff that you're losing. You've outgrown it. you've learned from it, you've become something different, and as you grow, you change, and you have to embrace it. And like Spirit is saying with this, let go of your fear, let go of the worst case scenario, and just embrace this new way of being and thinking and living and perceiving life, because you've earned it. You've been through so much, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, that you're at a point where you really, really need to embrace the fact that good stuff, real tangible stuff is manifesting, that's on very, very solid ground, than ever before. The ground is really, really fruitful for you and plentiful, that F of that that fruitful and that fertile ground, just being able to multiply that fruit is what I feel. And it's really, really embrace yourself for what's coming, and don't be afraid of all the good stuff that's coming for you, because you've earned it. A lot of times because we've been through so much, we kind of second guess these things that are coming to us that are so good. All these good things are happening, I'm meeting this new person, I'm getting all these new opportunities. Like, what if this is wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if this ends up bad? What if I bring somebody in and they're not the right one, or they end up being like him? Or what if I make the wrong decisions? All those things kind of cloud our judgment. It keeps us from receiving that which belongs to us, that which we have deserved and earned, So that is what Spirit is saying to embrace at this point in time. Okay, so the next one is what is it that you need to release? So what are some things that you need to work on far as releasing, sis? Let's see. All right, you got a few. So we got some solar plexus energy in here. So it's, do I believe I'm worthy? So this is upright. So this saying at this point, you definitely do believe you deserve it and you're worthy of it. But there's still a little inkling, I feel like little sprinkles, like little sprinkles of doubt there. And Spirit is saying you don't need to have that, because of this that strength and that, being on guard and being on defense, you don't really need that. You can lay your sword down. That's what I feel like I need to tell you. You can lay your sword down. You don't have to fight. You've been fighting so long. You've been having to be strong. You've been having to be, I see you like standing with your shield and your sword and, on guard, just, with your kids, and just being that warrior, being that, being the strength, that sturdy foundation for you, not only for yourself, but for your children as well. And the Spirit is saying that you've done a good job. You don't need to do that. You can relax now a little bit. You can calm down. It's okay. You've earned this part in life, this particular moment in time, as to where you can relax and understand that you're so worthy of this moment in time. But also to release that anger, that anger that you have at times about him or regarding the situation and circumstance and experiences that you have, and turn that into your strength, into your passion, which you have, Spirit is saying. But there are still some issues with this being upright, and it's not like something you don't know because it's upright. There are some issues where you still need to deal with that anger that kind of sits in that belly, sometimes, and peeks its ugly head. But Spirit is saying you know how to alchemize that, and you have the understanding of where it comes from, and use that for your passion. Use that to pour into other things, so that it's not stuck there. And with the peace among the thorns, right? It's like, you can embrace, I feel like when I saw this card, you've been here. I feel like you've been in a place where you've had to be at peace inside when everything else was complete chaos outside of you. Like everything was falling down. Everything was coming at you. There was a battle for everything. There was a fight. You always had to be on guard, but inside you were maintaining this higher vibration, this way of seeing and being, this perspective on life of all is well, it's going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. My kids are going to get through this. I got my daddy with me. I got my ancestors with me. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I feel like that's something that you really have been living in. And Spirit is saying you don't have to live like that anymore, meaning the peace that you have within you is going to be outside of you. The peace that you have maintained and alchemized inside of your body is now manifesting that which outside of you into your experience, into your reality, into your everyday, because you work so hard. That's why I say you have done the work alchemically to the point where now, as the laws of attraction, the universe has to abide to that energy. And so now you're just reaping the benefits of all of that work. So just be aware of the anger and when it manifests, and how to channel that into your passions. Okay. So moving on to the next is, what should you be focusing on next, right? What with all of this clarity that you've gained, what is it that you should be focusing on? So you got the big house, which is the Tower. You got the courting, which is upright. You got the big mama, which is in reverse. You got the waiting, the decisions, miracles, abundance, and what expectations do I have that are impossible to me? Okay, so let's start with the big mama house. So the big mama's house, I'm sorry. Big mama card. So big mama is all about your ancestors, or all about your great grandmother energy. It's like, do you have a fear of being brilliant? Do you have a fear of being happy? Do you have a fear of being successful? Like I said in the other one, sometimes when we've been, in a situation and circumstance or reality for so long of being happy, that we fear success, we fear joy, we fear peace subconsciously, not in a conscious way, of course, but in some way subconsciously. And like your ancestors are like, it's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to take a personal day of celebration. It's time for you to not fear your own success. It's time for you to allow those things that you attract to come into your life, And with the waiting being in reverse, it's like you don't have to wait any longer for the things that you've been praying for. They're already here. But make sure that you are staying in flow. And when I say that, I say to allow these things, even when things are going fast, I kind of see you, even when things are going fast, because I feel like things are going to be changing rapidly, to allow them to stay in flow within your reality, to not allow them not to be swept away in these changes, these opportunities, this reality, but just to stay in flow, not in a stage of being stagnant, not waiting, but processing it all and giving it the time, attention, and energy that it needs, if that makes any sense, right? And that's the relationship, that's your business, that's your any decisions that are coming forward, any changes that may be happening, giving yourself the space and the place to process it so that you can move forward energetically the way that you want to, making the right decisions, making the right choices, right? And again, this is more confirmation with the decisions, because the decisions is upright, which is more confirmation about the changes happening, the things that are coming within your life. You're going to have a lot of different decisions you're going to have to make. And within that, sometimes we can get swept away in all these choices and all these opportunities, and our focus can be splintered off into many different directions. And that's why I said, with that, it's like that contemplation time, that time of retreat, again, which is coming up, which is important, where you can pull back your energy and kind of sit in that space and place where things are happening all around you, which you know how to do very well, but you can ground yourself and take the time that you need to process everything, to make the right decisions, to get to know him, things of that nature, right? And also miracles, which is such a blessing. It's like so many miracles are coming into your life. So many things that you have prayed for are being answered. So many things that you never could have ever imagined to be possible for you will be possible. So allow yourself to embrace these things. Allow yourself to say, yes, I am open and ready to receive this abundance that I've been working so hard for, that I've earned, that is mine, that is my birthright. And then you have the more abundance. I mean, come on now, I can't make this stuff up. I didn't even see this card. But, the abundance that's coming in, the overflow that's coming into your life in so many different aspects. Like I said, this new business opportunity is more than what you have now. And you'll have to kind of make some decisions on how to narrow it through. I feel like a new home, a move is happening. And with this new relationship. So many new things are happening for you. And then with this, what are my expectations? What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? So don't get in your own way. You know how we like to do that. We like to self-sabotage things with our thoughts, with us overthinking things, worrying about stuff and things of that nature. So Spirit said, don't overthink it. Don't self-sabotage these things. Give yourself the space and place to really contemplate what it is that you want to do, because you're going to have a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different people, places, and things coming into your life that's going to be wanting to do, give you things and do things for you and elevate you, because that's where you are right now. And you also got courting. So exciting. So you see the ancestors. This is like an ancestor-approved relationship. So this is very, very neat. This is your upright. So you can focus on this relationship, but taking it really, really slow and courting. You know how they did in the old days, where they were taking each other out and they were, spending time with each other, getting to know each other, knowing one another's goals and what they want out of life, what they wish to achieve, the things that they like, the things that they don't like, their ways of loving, understanding love, communicating love, the ways of communication, things of that nature is something that Spirit and your higher self and your lower self and your ancestors are saying you can focus on right now. That courting is a really big thing for you right now, taking that time and that energy into really building the foundation for this relationship, this friendship that will turn into and blossom into what it's supposed to be, right? And this is the big house. So this is just the tower. So I can say that, like I said, when you're elevating, you're getting these new prizes or gifts is what I say, because you work so hard energetically. You need to understand that there will be places, people, and things that will distract you. And not only people, but yourself. You'll distract yourself with your thoughts. You'll distract yourself with your old perceptions, belief systems, ways of being, your old experiences and things of that nature. So be mindful, because of all this good stuff that's coming in, you got to protect it. You have to protect it mentally. You have to protect it spiritually. You have to protect it physically, because the things are going to come for what is yours because of the fact that they don't want you to have it, So understand that you got to be not on guard, but understand that you have to be aware. Awareness is key, and I know that you are. And it's a balance, to be so hyper aware that, we get all paranoid and we start to overthink everything and over question everything. But just awareness of, this is mine and I intend to keep it. And I'm going to do whatever I need to make sure I maintain this. I maintain these opportunities. I maintain this relationship. I maintain this home. That no trespassers and no energy that is against that or that would want something not good for me is allowed to step upon it, So, yeah. Yep, let me see what else Spirit... I feel like Spirit wants to say something else. Let's see. What else you got to say, Spirit? Yeah, so many new things are coming in. Just be mindful to be focused on one thing at a time. Yep, ascension. So it's more confirmation about things, you are sending, you growing. So many changes that are happening, and these changes are happening because of how you have ascended, how you have grown within inside of yourself, and how your perspectives have grown, and that's why your experience is going to change very, very drastically. Within this year, lots of big changes are going to be happening, and I feel like all of these changes are good. I really do. Like with this abundance and these miracles and all the decisions, and these are like with the decisions, it's like so many good things are happening. You're going to have to decide which one you want, that kind of thing. Is what I'm feeling from all of this. But I feel like it's just Nothing but good shit, sis. And I'm very, very happy, and I'm very, very excited for you. It's been an honor and can't even talk, a privilege to help guide you along your path once again. I'm very, 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 very proud of all the work that you've done, and how your energy has changed, and how you've alchemized a lot of those old inner child wounds, and these aspects and situations and circumstances that kind of held you back a while ago, that are no longer present. So I pray this reading will bless you. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or text me. Love you.